It is Monday in the upstate of South Carolina, and that means we're here. We're here, we're doing stuff. He's Trey Falco, I'm Jeremy Greene. This is overtime. And this is going to be a lot. It's going to be aggressive.
That's what we call it overtime.
There's a lot to talk about. There's a lot of people that are angry about a lot of things. Some of them are out of their minds.
Yeah, oh yeah.
We have a college football playoff, and I am firmly of the belief that we have the right college football playoff. Notre Dame cannot make that field.
Right.
They can't. Because if they make it, somebody has to be let out. If you leave out Alabama, if you leave out Oklahoma, if you leave out Miami, there is a huge qualm with that. Alabama can't be punished for losing a game that they earned the right to get into.
Right.
That doesn't make any sense. When you say it out loud, it's really easy to go, that doesn't make any sense. We can't do that because it's stupid. We can't leave out Notre Dame because Notre Dame beat Miami, or Miami beat Notre Dame.
Yeah.
We can't leave Miami out. Head-to-head has to mean something, and in all reality, it has to mean everything.
Yes.
Because it's the most important thing that we do. Notre Dame didn't deserve to be in the college football playoff. There's a very simple reason why. Trey, would you like to hear the teams that Notre Dame beat over the course of this? Oh my God, I can't believe we left them out season.
Right. Well, I already know they didn't beat Miami. So yeah, let's hear the ones that they did.
They lost to Miami. They lost to Texas A&M.
Right.
Those are two teams in the playoff. Those were respectable losses.
Sure.
And that's fine. You beat USC,
Okay.
9-3.
All right.
7-2 in the Big Ten, respectable win. Their second best win was Pittsburgh, who lost to West Virginia. Their third best win was NC State. Then you go Boise State. Then it gets really ugly. Oh, you beat Purdue. The two teams they beat, 4-8 Ball State, 7-5 Southern Illinois of the FCS. Oh, you beat Arkansas. It's an SEC team. Yes, the worst one by 5 miles. They had two wins, Alabama A&M and Arkansas State. This is who you beat. This is who you're telling me.
Right.
I have to be aghast, clutch my pearls, whatever will we do that Notre Dame is not in the college football playoff. I was in Atlanta, Georgia. If you've been listening to this program since we started, I'm sure you can tell my voice is a little worse for the wear.
A little bit.
It's because I was in Atlanta. I was at Georgia, Alabama. I saw how bad Alabama looked.
Right.
And I get it. They were terrible. Georgia beat them within an inch of their lives. But it doesn't matter. You can't hold that against them, and let me explain to you why. Because the first time you do, and you hold a team out, and don't give me BYU. BYU wasn't going to make it regardless. Alabama was in. They were in as the 8th seed in this bracket. They were in. BYU wasn't. Because for whatever reason, we have to let JMU and Tulane join the party because who the person is that wants that, I don't know. I haven't met them yet.
Yeah.
I firmly believe this will be the last year that we let those little spunky little underdogs play with us because I think your day has drawn nigh. But you can't take Alabama out.
Yeah.
As soon as you do, a year from now, a team sees that, and they're the 7 seed. Now they don't want to play because they're afraid that if I lose and I lose by too much to a team that's obviously going to be in the top 4, well, you might hold me out. So I'm just not going to play.
Yeah.
Then what do? Oh, do we disqualify you because you wouldn't play in something that you earned?
Right.
That's stupid. You know what else is stupid? The fact that Oregon was sitting at home with their Fritos in their lap and their hand in their pocket watching better teams than them have to play in a game that didn't matter. Indiana, Ohio State didn't matter. It was great television. I rushed back to watch it. It was fantastic. But it didn't mean anything, as evidenced by the fact Indiana wins, they're 1, Ohio State loses, they're 2. It didn't mean anything.
Yeah.
Over the course of this 2 hours, I'm going to fix the college football playoff.
Okay.
I said I was going to do this earlier on the Asheville show. And then we got distracted by, I don't know, Daniel Jones' Achilles.
Yeah.
The death of the Kansas City Chiefs. Joe Burrow throwing the worst interception in the history of football. Yeah. There's a lot to talk about.
Did you see, well, it pretty much just broke right before we came on about the Colts Ian Rappaport are planning to bring potential Hall of Fame quarterback Philip Rivers into their facility Tuesday to work out and see if maybe he'll join their practice squad.
Philip Rivers is older than I am. I once threw out my back sneezing.
Yeah.
Philip Rivers is older than I am.
Who else they got? Because you've got
Riley
Riley
Leonard's
Leonard.
hurt.
I was gonna say he's hurt. Anthony Richardson's
Richardson's
IR.
hurt.
Yeah.
Because he apparently he took the stretchy band too far.
Is that
hit him
what
in
it
the face.
was?
Yeah, he had the band on his locker.
was wondering.
He pulled it down and
Oh
it
my
snapped
God.
and hit him in the face and broke his orbital bone.
Yeah. Jeez.
Of which, by the way, tell me you're not an NFL quarterback without telling me.
Right.
I used the stretchy band and almost blinded myself. That tells me a lot. They don't have much. Brett Rippon, he's on that team. Brett, don't call me Mark Rippon, is indeed on that team. Indianapolis is cooked.
Yeah.
They're cooked. But this is your time to talk to us, and that's what we want. Call-in lines open, 864-240-5480. That's 864-240-5480. You can also text the show, 864-777-9593. You can find us on YouTube, at the Sportsocracy. You can find me on Twitter, at the NFL Draft Nerd. This show, as always, brought to you by Ingles Markets. Find them online, ingles-markets.com. And now through the end of the year, get 400 Ingles fuel points. $75 pickup order. They just give them to you.
That's
and
awesome.
there's free gas.
Yeah.
There's some of your money back for your groceries.
No kidding.
It's now through the end of the year. And with your minimum pickup order, does your shopping list have you stressed? Let us do the heavy lifting at Ingles. Ingles Curbside has you taken care of. Just visit us at shop.ingles-markets.com. Choose your items. We'll bring them out to you at your scheduled time. Limited time only. Restrictions apply.
As much as I love going inside Ingles, I don't know that I'll ever not use curbside. It's so easy.
Okay, I mean, to me, this is almost as simple as leaving out Notre Dame.
Right.
Do I want to walk in the grocery store or tell someone exactly what I want and have them bring it out to me?
Right.
I mean, I'll do either one.
Sure.
I
Yeah.
do like walking around the grocery store.
Yeah.
If for nothing else, because it lets me watch people, which is something I'm a big fan of. Call-in question tonight: did the CFP get it right? Now, I want to put a caveat on that. I don't want to hear that you don't want to see James Madison in Tulane. Okay, none of us do. This is like paying your taxes.
Right.
That wasn't in the list of possibilities. We all know we don't want to see, unless you went to JMU or you went to Tulane.
Right.
I don't want to see the Royal Bulldogs, and I don't want to see the Angry Waves. And we got a Squidbilly in the college football playoff, and I'm not a big fan of that. Calling lines open, 864-240-5480. We want to hear, did the CFP get it right? We also want to hear your college football playoff fixes. How worried are you about the Kansas City Chiefs? And, Trey, our theme of the night, it's going to be sad. Sad songs.
Okay.
I never
Sad
ask you
songs.
to pick specific kinds of music.
Okay.
But I do want sad songs because the bowls are dead. If it ain't the Cotton Bowl, the Orange Bowl, or any of these other playoff bowls, it's dead. As evidenced that the Birmingham Bowl called 8 5-7 teams, and they all said, "Nah, dog, we're good." I think we'd rather not play. Trey, first call of the night. Somebody's on the line. Caller, who's this?
Hello, Jeremy. This is Rocky.
Hey, Rocky, how are you?
I'm doing well. Hope you are. Trey's going to hear me again because I called John on his show before you, but I'll be a little bit different. And I know you're going to come into your thoughts on the college football playoff. I do think the college football playoff is going to increase in whatever that amount will be. Like I talked to John about, I just increase the teams in the college football playoff, and
The bowl games are dead. I mean, I'll be honest with you. I don't think they're going to be able to find sponsors. So, I mean, my background is in sales, and I'll be honest with you. I've cut checks like this. There is no shot when I'm looking at not a great bowl, but I mean, it's one that's been around for a while. The Birmingham Bowl couldn't find 2 teams to play. To wit, they invited Georgia Southern. Georgia Southern said, "Sure, we'll play." They found somebody in their own conference. They're playing somebody in their own division in the Sun Belt. They got Appalachian State because Auburn, Florida State, Rice, plenty of several other teams just said no. We don't want to play. This goes back to what I said last week. The schedule is so messed up in college football because here's something a lot of people haven't thought about. If you're a 5-7 team, that means you're not bowl eligible. Well, we're into December break. If you don't have late exams or you're just taking non-rec classes or things like that, you could be done for the year. And then these kids spread out because they're headed somewhere else in the spring. Right. I'm going to go to the transfer portal, so there's probably 30 players on the team that aren't even on campus anymore. So you can't get these guys assimilated. It all goes back to the schedule. Rocky, I want to ask you real quick. This is an idea to what you said, and this is an idea I've had, and I'm officially to the point of I like it so much that I don't even want to give the Sun Belts and the AACs. You don't have a choice. You can either do this, or it's top 16. We gave you a choice. You bypassed it. What if we just did an NIT-like tournament of the group of 6? So we get Tulane, we get UCF, we get all these teams together. You want to hang a banner. That's what you're after anyway. You want the money. So we're not going to put you in Allegiant Stadium in Vegas because you can't sell that stadium out. But we can put you in Frisco, Texas, or we can put you in Birmingham, Alabama, Columbia, South Carolina. Yeah. I mean, there's plenty of stadiums out there that you are 50-ish, 60,000 people. You could sell out, get the gate. If you win it, you get to hang a banner. But you don't get to play at the highest level. audio went down.
Really?
Okay, the audio just randomly came back up from somewhere. It's super quiet.
You sure you're feeding which?
Hold on. I know what the problem. I know what the business is.
For the audio or for everything? Where are you feeding audio into it from? Oh, I see now. Okay. I didn't see the...
Where is that coming from? It can hear us somehow.
Us? Me and you?
Yes.
It's got to be feeding... Is it going off the mic on the laptop?
There is no mic on the laptop. Well, I mean, there is, but it's
Yeah, but it's disabled.
Where is that coming from?
All the mics are off. Unless for some reason it's... Hold on. Is it picking us up now?
Yes.
What? Is it picking us up now?
There's nowhere for there to be audio coming from.
The only thing I can think of is for some reason, I don't know why it would, but if it was picking it up off the telephone, because it feeds... No, because it still would. It wouldn't have picked us up.
There's nowhere for there to be audio coming from. There's not a mic plugged into that. There's no mic in the computer. Where's it coming from?
I have no idea.
I mean, literally, you can see the 6 XLR ports. There's no mic there.
That's weird.
No mic in this computer.
I have no idea. Do the cameras have mics?
They do, but they're disabled.
Then I have no idea. Yeah, that's the only... It's the last one I had, maybe the camera mic.
This studio is like possessed by the devil.
Yeah, at first it was a fridge, and now it's a studio.
That doesn't make any sense.
The ghost of the machine.
Yeah.
There's nowhere for it to come from. That is a solid start of sad songs, Trey Falco.
Thank you. Yeah.
It's a sad Monday here in the Overtime. He's Trey Falco. I'm Jeremy Greene. It's Overtime, Fox Sports Upstate, 104.9 FM. The Bulls are dead. The Bulls are dead. We all grew up with them. We all loved them.
Right.
The Independence Bowl, the Myrtle Beach Bowl, the Bad Boy Mowers Bowl, they're all DED dead.
Old Yeller.
If it's not the Cotton Bowl, the Orange Bowl, or any of those other things, it's dead. It's just dead.
Yeah.
There's no reason to play in a bowl game that doesn't mean anything. And you would think that the powers that be at here's what's always bothered me about college football.
Right.
Why are the powers that be at educational institutions so unbelievably stupid? Like, how is that you do smart for a living. Like, that's how you got here.
Right.
You are supposed to be teaching the youth of America to not be dum-dums.
Right.
And then you do crazy things. Like, well, the ACC's tiebreaker is whoever we want it to be.
Right.
Not
Flip a
who's the
coin.
highest ranked.
Yeah.
I mean, because we had Notre Dame and Miami.
Yeah.
That both could have been in this thing, even though Notre Dame, we're going to talk about you. Because you think you're something you're not. But we have a caller on the call-in line. We want you involved in this here program. Call-in line 864-240-5480. Text line's open as well, 864-777-9593. Caller, who is this?
Hey, Jeremy, it's Jay. How you doing, brother?
I'm good, Jay. How are you?
Good. Listen, first things first. I'm going to get to my Chiefs because Trey would shoot me if I made a phone call and didn't talk about my Chiefs at some level or another. So I'm going to do it. But first, I got to tell you, I'm not a big college football guy, and I'm certainly not a soccer guy. But I'm going to solve the problem in 30 seconds. You ready?
Yep.
We go in college football exclusively. We go to a soccer style program to where you've got what you want. How many teams you want in this thing? 96. All right. So we're going to have 12 teams per league, per tier, whatever you want to call it. And we're going to have, X number of tiers, whether that's 8, 9, 10, 11, whatever. It doesn't make any difference. But that way, you're going to have your Alabamas, your Georgias, take the top of the top of the top. And those top 12 teams are going to be at the top of the list. They're going to be in that tier 1, let's just call it whatever that is, right? The championship tier, whatever. And we're going to put the next 12 guys in the next one and the next 12 in the next one. And you know what? If you don't like where you're seated, if you don't like where you've been placed, that's just fine, because at the end of the year, the teams that that do well, the top 2 teams are going to move up. The bottom 2 teams are going to move down, and now you're playing in a different league, and you're there until you're either relegated or promoted. The other, but at least this way we know that we're not going to have ridiculous blowout games that nobody wants to watch. We know we're not going to have to worry about, how many people can we fit in this stadium or that stadium, because we know exactly the types of teams that are going to be competing at Tier 1, Tier 2, Tier 3, whatever they are. And at the end of those seasons, Tier 1's going to have their champion, Tier 2's going to have their champion, Tier 3 is going to have their champion. And those champions aren't going to be able to rest on their laurels because those champions are moving up to the next league the next season. So, again, great, you got that championship. That's fantastic. What did it get you? It got you tougher competition. Now go deal with it.
I'm totally good with the relegation idea. I think the semantics of that are, you look at the Power 4 schools, why would I ever agree to that? So if I'm in the Big 12, let's say I'm Utah or I'm Colorado, why would I agree to that? And so that's the problem.
I'll tell you why.
Is that you've got to get them all to agree, because the bylaws of the NCAA are insane.
I'm with you there, but here's the thing: you don't need them to agree. What you need is the commissioner, if there was such a thing, and there would be under this new outlaw or new outline. But the decision is made by them. They decide who gets to play in their league. You don't get to choose. They put you where they want you. And if you don't like it, that's fine. Fight your way out. You can go to whatever tier you want to go to, but you're going to have to win to get there. Period.
I like that idea, and we thank you for the call. I like that idea. I want to put a caveat on it. To start on the high side, you have to have X amount of dollars, whether it's 25, 30, 40, 50 million, I don't care.
Right.
To pay your coaches, to pay your staff, to pay your players. You have to have that much, and you have to have enough in escrow. I would actually take that one step further I don't want to do conferences anymore. I'm looking at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers right now in the NFL going, you're going either you or the Panthers. And, I hope it's the Panthers because I like the Panthers.
Yeah.
But you're going to knock out the Detroit Lions. If either one of you played Detroit right now, they would murder you. I don't like that. I don't – the fact that – to me, divisions are a lot like participation trophies, and that's kind of how I feel about conferences as well. I want to get rid of the NCAA. I don't trust you at all.
I think you should.
I'm 38 years into this. I've never seen the NCAA make a good decision that they didn't have a gun to their head to make.
Right.
So why not just get away from you? Why do the Ohio States, the Michigans, the Alabamas, the power brokers of the sport, why do you not just come together and go, you know what, we're going to make our own league? And the JMUs and the Angry Hurricanes and whatever else you got over there, y'all can go play each other. You're not invited to my table.
Right.
You got a seat at this table and we can't get rid of you? Okay, cool. We'll just drop out and you can take all your stupid rules that you want and play together.
Sure.
And I'm going to go over here and take all my money, and I'm going to take all the TV deals. I'm going to take all the sponsors because that's what we want to watch.
Right.
We're in Greenville, South Carolina. There are 2 teams that matter down here predominantly. It's South Carolina and Clemson. I want to see them.
Yep.
I want to see those teams play. I want to see everything on somewhat of an even playing field, that we have a minimum that you spend, we have a maximum that you spend, and you play within those parameters. And I don't see a Texas Tech.
Sense.
I don't see a Texas Tech go buy a spot in the playoff. I'm not mad at them for doing it. It's part of the rules. All you did was take their rules and beat them at it.
Yeah.
I'm not mad at Texas Tech. What I'm mad at is the rule makers that are literally just being led around by judges and the people that are legislating the sport, because you let this go for so long that the legal got involved. In the business world, that's the number one thing that scares you to death. Well, the lawyers are involved.
Yep.
That means bad things are about to transpire. Trey, another call on the line. Caller, who is this? Oh, let's try again. Caller, who is this?
Jeremy, Trey, what's going on, fellas?
What's going on, wild man? This is Chad, the vending machine king.
Yes, sir. Man, I really like Chief Jay's idea. That's pretty good. I like do it like soccer, man, like he was saying, and have a commissioner.
I love the idea if the NCAA is not involved.
That makes a lot of sense, man. I believe you. The competition would be a lot better. The games would be a lot better.
I'm all in favor of it. I don't trust the NCAA to do it.
Right.
If you tell me Nick Saban and Lou Holtz and all these smart guys around the sport come together and go, leave the G5s, we're going to ride together and we will champion this, I'm all the way in.
Yeah. It would be awesome. But, man, what you think about them Panthers, man? They finally in the hunt. I've been wanting to see that all year. I called Rich and John and bragging on that. Man, I'm excited about this. Them Panthers, man. I think we might see some playoffs this year, Jeremy.
Well, it's in your hands.
Yeah.
And that's all you can ask for is your fate to be in your hands. You play the Tampa Bay Buccaneers 2 times. In the next hour, we're going to play Can I Pick That Dog? I'll go ahead and tell you, one of them is the Atlanta Falcons against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
No.
I took the Saints last week, not because I thought they'd win, but because I'm watching Tampa Bay going, this team's not very good. They're not good. And Baker Mayfield, don't tell the Baker people because they get real salty when you tell them this.
Okay.
Baker, that clock struck midnight, and the horse and the carriage is now just a pumpkin laying in the road, kind of like it was in Cleveland and Carolina and L.A. and all the other. They all knew that.
Right.
He was goes to Tampa Bay. He's just so great, but he's not.
Now, didn't Atlanta trade their first round for next year?
To the Rams. Yep, as a draft guy, I'm not going to lie. I keep looking at that going, oh, that doesn't make me feel good. I loved that trade for Atlanta a year ago, and, man, I really hate it now.
But so there ain't no really reason for Atlanta to be tanking to get the pick.
No, Atlanta should come in with their hair on fire.
That's what I was worried about, Atlanta tanking the game for a better pick. But like I said, their first one's going to the Rams, so maybe they'll actually play the game.
I mean, I say we call Roger Goodell. I figured out tanking. Can't tank for a draft pick if you don't have one. Atlanta Falcons, they figured it out.
That's how you fix that, yeah.
Yep. And what's your take, man? Was that a catch in that Pittsburgh game or not?
No. No, the rule is that you have to have 2 steps and make a football move. Isaiah Likely did the first 2 parts of that. Yeah. He didn't do the last part. I saw it immediately, and I went, I'm going to get real mad when they say this is a catch because it's 100% not. Now, that does get into some nebulous rules of, well, if you have possession of the ball, you can stick it over the end line, fumble a millisecond after it crosses the plane, and it's fine.
That's because you break the plane, though, right?
Yes, because you had possession.
Yeah.
With a catch, you have to gain possession and then survive the ground or whichever part of the catch motion you're in.
Yeah.
It was not a catch. That was actually the right call. Now, there are about 7 other calls in that game that I understand why John Harbaugh's angry about. We're talking about that one because it scored points, but that one actually was correct.
Oh, man, I don't know. The man had the ball in his freaking hands and took 2 steps. Man, in the end zone.
Oh, now this is now you're asking you're asking a whole different part of this. Should it have been a catch? Yes, absolutely. But the NFL, the NFL is kind of like the law of our land,
right?
You ever notice when you go to McDonald's, they always have caution hot coffee on top of the coffee? That's for the 0.1% of people that look at coffee and go, I'm going to throw this directly in my lap. Because that person gets burned, and then you get sued, and now we have to have caution hot on top of the coffee. We've done so many different
iterations. That actually happened years and years ago.
There are so many iterations of what has happened, of what's a catch and what's not, that they've had to narrow these rules down and narrow them down and narrow them down and narrow them down. And it's almost like case law. You know, so you file a lawsuit against somebody, a judge decrees on it, that can be used in further litigation. That's the way catches have worked, too.
Right.
And so you've had a few of these, and I could give you examples, but you've had a few of these where you get the guy that catches it in the end zone. He has 2 feet directly down, and then it gets knocked out or whatever the case may be. Yeah. That was not the letter of the law, but to the letter of the law, it was not a catch. I think it should have been, but the rule says it's not.
Yeah, I guess when you explain it like that, I guess I could see that. But
I also think I'm a big fan.
It looked like a freaking catch, man.
I'm also a big fan of. I think we need one extra official, which is the common sense official. There was a hold directly by the quarterback. We didn't throw it because I don't know the officials staring at pigeons or wondering what new shoes he's going to buy
Right.
at Belk's on Tuesday. I don't know why you didn't see it. There should be okay, that directly influenced the play. Let's make this make common sense.
Yeah.
But,
I like
Chad,
that.
that is, by the letter of the law, that was not a catch.
Yeah. Yeah, man, I agree with you. We do need another official. Have CS on his back. Like the BJ and the ref and the.
I need him to be up in the sky. I don't need to ever hear his voice. And I need him to have a direct line to the head umpire.
And not
Yeah.
on the field.
I need him with a direct line to the head umpire of, hey, Sean Hockley, first of all, stop flexing every time you do the first down thing. It makes you look goofy. Second of all, that was a hold, and you need to throw the flag right now. I know you didn't see it, but I did.
That dude's more ripped than some of the players out there.
His dad was too. And they love to just flex with the first down. I mean, it looks like they're doing the sun rises in the east, sets in the west. It's like, okay, Sean, tell me that somebody picked on you when you were a kid. Now you're like, look what I did.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, Chad, I'm not gonna lie. I'm very excited about your Panthers. I'm excited for 2 games with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I think you're right where you want to be. We're up against an out, Chad. We appreciate you as always, my friend. He's Trey Falco. I'm Jeremy Greene. Call-in lines are open. This is Fox Sports Upstate, 104.9 FM.
104.9 Fox Sports Upstate weather.
This is WYFF News 4 Chief Meteorologist Chris Justice with your forecast. One of the coldest nights of the season so far, down to low to mid-20s tonight. We'll see some morning fog tomorrow, giving way to partly cloudy skies. We'll see some sunshine. Temperatures will struggle to warm up, though, upper 30s to around 40 degrees. As we go throughout Wednesday, slightly warmer, starting off around 30, warming up to the low 50s.
This report is sponsored by Macy's Backstage. Macy's Backstage is a whole department inside your Macy's store where you can find so many holiday essentials, all for under $25. With new arrivals every day, you never know what amazing deals you'll find. Don't wait. Find a location at macysbackstage.com.
This holiday season, Capital One reminds you to give yourself the gift of 1.5% cash back with the Capital One Quicksilver Card.
Can I earn 1.5% cash back on birds?
Birds?
What if you sent your true love 2 turtle doves plus a partridge in a pear tree?
Sure, but why would anyone want that?
The song was very convincing.
Earn 1.5% cash back on all your holiday purchases with the Capital One Quicksilver Card. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Oh, how's that flu, babe? Did you take DayQuil Intense Flu yet?
Nah, I got this. Ugh, okay, I don't got this.
You stay on the couch, and I'll grab the DayQuil.
Undo your flu symptoms with DayQuil Intense Flu. DayQuil Intense Flu provides powerful relief of your flu symptoms.
I'm ready for that to-do list.
Wow, you do got this.
DayQuil Intense Flu. The daytime coughing, aching, fever, under your flu, medicine. Use as directed, keep out of reach of children.
We all try to live an active lifestyle, but sometimes our bodies take a hit. Injuries and pain shouldn't keep you from living your life at its fullest. That's why Carolina Orthopedic and Neurosurgical Associates, called KONA, offer orthopedic surgery, neurosurgery, and pain management, all under one roof. Here's Dr. Daniel Gerskovich about robotic knee and hip replacement.
Our team is committed to relieving your pain and increasing your function. We offer the latest in robotic knee and hip replacement, outpatient surgery and techniques, same-day surgery, the anterior approach to total hip replacement, and of course revisions if needed. Our dedication to getting you back on your feet, coupled with our cutting-edge technology and approaches, will give you, the patient, an advantage when it comes to recovery to a hip or knee replacement. For example, the anterior approach has been proven to have less pain, faster recovery, and faster return to work versus a traditional posterior approach. With robotic outpatient surgery, we can have you home within a few hours with less pain and a faster recovery.
Never let chronic pain get in your way of an active lifestyle. Learn more at CarolinaONA.com. Carolina Orthopedic and Neurosurgical Associates, KONA.
Running a business means wearing multiple hats. So if you're like me, you probably started out using your personal phone, taking client calls and texts nonstop. As my business grew, I needed something smarter. That's when I switched to Quo, the #1 business phone system. Quo works right on your phone or computer. No carrying 2 phones, no clunky landline, just one easy app you can try for free. Your team can share one number and handle calls and texts together like a shared inbox. Any teammate can jump into the conversation, so customers get faster responses. And Quo's AI assistant summarizes your calls and responds to customers 24/7, so you never miss a lead or opportunity. All this starts at just $15 a month. That's basically 2 coffees. You can even keep your current business phone number. Find out why 90,000 businesses trust Quo. No missed calls, no missed customers. Try Quo for free at quo.com/sports. That's quo.com/sports to try Quo free. QUO.com/SPORTS.
Do you own a small business? A seismic shift is coming. It's time to get super sure.
Taco Bell's Luxe Cravings boxes give you decadent options. $5 gets you fan favorites, $7 gets you the fancy stuff, and $9 sends you on a journey of flavor exploration. Get yours at participating stores for a limited time. Prices and participation may vary. Drinks excludes freezes. Tax extra.
We are back in the overtime here, 104.9 FM, Fox Sports Upstate. He's Trey Falco. I'm Jeremy Greene. And Trey, we have our finalists. We're down to 4. And my guy ain't winning it, but he should. Heisman Trophy finalist just posted by Adam Schefter. Fernando Mendoza, quarterback at Indiana.
That makes sense.
That's going to be your winner because he just had his Heisman moment against Ohio State.
Yep.
Jeremiah Love, running back from Notre Dame. Maybe we should give it to him just as a, I'm sorry. I'm sorry you didn't play anybody and we left you out. Take this Heisman and go destroy people for the Kansas City. I can't unsee Jeremiah Love as a Kansas City Chief now.
They need
we're all going to get this 1 year where we get to kick the Chiefs while they're down.
Right.
And then they get Jeremiah Love, who to me is Saquon Barkley too. And now we have to deal with that with Pat Mahomes for that 1 year of fun.
Well, at least Mahomes won't be leading the rusher there for Kansas City anymore.
Correct.
So that's good.
Ohio State quarterback Julian Sayin is your third one. And Vanderbilt quarterback Diego Pavia. That's who I want to win it. He's not going to.
No, he's not. But they've been playing good football this year.
He deserves it.
Yeah.
He is, if the Heisman is the most valuable player, which it's not, and they've never said that it is.
Right.
If it was the most valuable player, it would be Diego Pavia. Because I firmly believe without him, that team would be about 6-6 because their defense is terrible. He's just that good.
Yeah.
But I do believe Fernando Mendoza will be your Heisman Trophy winner.
So if it's not the most valuable, what is the Heisman?
They have a whole thing about.
Okay, never mind.
I'll melt it down for you, kind of like they did OJ's Heisman.
The Cliff Notes.
That's a really good, timely joke, too, if it was 1995. It's basically who is the best player that had the best moment that has a team that can win a national title.
Gotcha. Okay.
If we boil it down. They'll never admit that, but that's exactly what it is.
Okay.
Doesn't matter how great you are. If your team is Vanderbilt, you have less than no shot.
Right.
But he did apparently finish 4th. I will say it goes, he finishes 4th. Probably Sayin is 3rd. I think Jeremiah Smith probably pilfered from him a little bit.
Yeah.
And then Jeremiah Love 2, Mendoza 1.
I can see that.
Call-in lines are open, 864-240-5480. Text line, 864-777-9593. We have a few of those to get to here in just a second. But we have somebody on the line. Caller, who is this?
Hey, this is Roger.
Hey, Roger.
Hey, Roger.
Hey, how you doing, guys? Thanks for getting me in. Earlier, you made the comment that the bowl season is dead. I'm going to say the playoffs are dead. Look, another caller was talking about his system, and everybody's going to have their own opinion of this.
No doubt.
They had a good enough system. They had a 4-team system. Now, some people at 5 whose team gets left out and they're number 5 or 6, they're going to cry. Well, they're going to cry if they're 13 or 14 or 15 in this system. The crybabies are going to be there regardless of how many teams.
We cry in the NCAA basketball tournament for the 69th team to make it. And I know that because I'm a lifelong Florida State fan, and we've been that team like 11 times in the last 25 years. I've never gotten angry about it because you had 1,000 opportunities to get in.
Right.
Yes. The thing is this year.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Well, no, the thing is this year there's a clear 4 teams. There's clearly 4 teams that have separated themselves from the group behind them. Indiana, Ohio State, Georgia, and Texas Tech are clearly better than the teams below, with Oregon, Ole Miss, Texas A&M. They've separated themselves. it worked out perfect this year for 4 teams. It usually does. Most years it worked out for. We had a perfectly fine 4-team system, but those days are gone because of the money. It's all about money. It's not about finding. We've known this, and you've known this. It's not about finding the best teams. It's not about having the best format. It's about how do we squeeze every dime we can out of this system. And this playoff committee, with this system, which the ACC helped along the way to get James Madison and Tulane in there because of their crazy tiebreaker system and their crazy conference setup.
The Tulane,
now we're going to go.
The Tulane James Madison side comes from, and I've been very lucky in my career that I've got a lot of really good resources, people that are in these buildings. That was almost like a divorce settlement. And they were haggling over somebody's coin collection, and they thought it would never matter. And so they just agreed to it, thinking, well, surely, we've got the Pac-12, we've got the ACC. We're going to have 5 good conference champions. And then the Pac-12 melted down, and then the ACC's melted down in 2 years. So that will be I got a text earlier today in between shows. That's something I said earlier. I can't remember off the top of my head what it was. Basically, somebody I know that is high up in this sport said, don't worry about the JMUs and Tulanes. That'll be rectified before St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah. Well, and going back to what you were saying earlier when you said the bowl season's dead, now they've killed the conference championship games. I don't know why those games were played. The Big Ten championship game was really good, but the SEC championship game, and Georgia's a clearly better team. Georgia fans, do not take what I'm saying the wrong way. You're way better than Alabama. But Alabama didn't really try. They didn't have any intensity. They didn't look like they cared. Even if they cared, they would have lost. But I'm just saying, you've devalued the conference championship games so badly. And if you go to the 4-team, if you had the 4-team playoff, there would be a more urgent reason for Alabama to feel like, hey, this is our shot. We have to win this game, or we're not going to make it. Then what we had before was better. My personal opinion, you go to 6 teams. You give a bye to the top 2 teams.
I'm not the fair guy, so I'm totally fine with that.
You know where I'm going with it?
I do.
3 plays 6, 4 plays 5. The top 2 teams, you continue to reward an excellent regular season. We have devalued and seriously hurt college football's regular season. I do not recognize this anymore. And if you have 6, you maintain the elite 6, you give a bye to the top 2, and then you have a semifinal. You get 5 games, but they're not going to do that because of the money. They're going to go to 16, and then what's going to happen when you have 16? You're going to have a 4-loss Alabama team get in because they have paid agents. Nick Saban and Feinbaum and even Herb Street, Mr. Ohio State, lobbies behind the scenes and in front of the camera for Alabama. Nick Saban has tremendous steer power over that committee. Anybody who thinks he doesn't, I've got plenty of lakefront property in Antryville and Due West. This guy swings a big club over that committee. It's just the bottom line. And ESPN, every day, daily shows, pushing the narrative. Alabama didn't even have to play that night, and they were getting in. That's what they said before the game.
You're not wrong. The only thing I will say to Alabama, and first of all, it is a money product to get the money that you're paying the athletes, and because there is a nest egg here that it's not going to be touched because you do have certain programs, you have certain people that they're going to make their cut of this. It's never going to be fair. Going backwards in terms of the number of teams, it's not going to happen solely because of the money. But I think I have a solution that might be amenable. Okay. I don't think. First of all, a 3-loss Alabama team is still not necessarily a bad team. All right, so that's a squad that lost to Oklahoma, who's in this. And I saw them in Atlanta. They were awful against Georgia. I think there is that much of a discrepancy between Georgia and Alabama. And I get what you're saying of those are the 4 best teams. I could make the argument to do that in every sport. Because almost every year you see a 1 and a 2, and we're wanting to see 1 and 2, and a lot of times 3, 4, 5, 6 just gets in the way of that. But that's kind of what makes sports what it is. Of and I go back to just the first two that popped in my mind was NC State in the 80s, that run through March Madness. Boise State against Oklahoma. Those are moments. I don't want to lose those moments solely because I don't want to see a 4-loss Alabama. Now, I don't want to see
that's basketball.
You're not wrong. Boise State was football against Oklahoma. And for me, it's not even the Cinderella. I just want more good. And right now, and this is coming from somebody, I watched the Alabama sideline. I was right off the Alabama sideline.
Okay.
That's not a bad team. They have a quarterback that's completely over his skis. And defense has figured it out. So what Georgia did to Alabama basically was they figured out he could not – and they can't run the ball at all.
Yep.
They figured out he cannot deal with pressure in his face. So they started sending Allen and all those other kids that they have just right up his face, and he couldn't deal with it. And there's not really an adjustment there. It's I've got a quarterback that can't deal with interior pressure. We can't block 6 guys with what we have. And it was just lather, rinse, repeat. I cannot stand Alabama. I think Kalen DeBoer is over his skis. I actually got to a point where I started to feel bad for them. I've been in games like this where you just go, we really did practice for this. I know it doesn't look like it, but we didn't know they were going to do that, and now I don't know how to stop it. I did that playing basketball. God, that's probably been 30 years ago now. But the team we were playing never shot threes. Well, unbeknownst to us, they had a kid on the bench that shot threes. We couldn't defend the three. He came out at 7 in the first half, and we were just looking around going, "We didn't plan for this. Who scouted this team? Who knew about him? Somebody should have known him."
Well, look, I care about 2 things in this playoff. Only 2. I want to see somehow, some way, and honestly, I'd go back to the BCS, and I know I'm going to get tomatoes and cans thrown at me. I don't care. BCS is better than this.
I don't disagree with you.
A BCS +1 would have been perfect.
You and I are almost blended because I want to do away with the committee, bring back the BCS formula, and keep it at 12. Because I don't think we need 16. I know it's coming, but I don't think we need it.
Yeah, we're going to go to 24 eventually, like it's been said. But I want to see, and I'd like to see, the only game I care about seeing would be Indiana, Georgia. And I want to see Ole Miss do well. I would love to see Ole Miss go on a run and just completely make Lane Kiffin look like a fool, like more so than he already does.
I will say
those are the only 2 stories I care about. Other than that, I'm not that interested in this sport with this playoff. There's going to be games I'm going to watch, but boy, that clicker button's going to be popping because I think they're going to go up against NFL games on a Saturday. That's not a tough call for me. I'm watching NFL.
They do have 2. I think one of them overlaps, and then one of them's almost directly head to head.
But those are the only 2 storylines that I'm interested in. I want to see. I'd like to see a good championship game with 2 really good teams. We usually get that, but I'd like to see Ole Miss go on a run. But Notre Dame has a beef, and I know what the committee did. It's incredible what they did. They ticked off the biggest fan base in this country. Every Catholic pulls for Notre Dame, whether they want to admit it or not. Some might pull for Boston College or some other. But when Notre Dame's in it, they represent that Northeast media that that they control, and they don't worry about some bowl. They've got more money than the Federal Reserve. They do not care about money.
Nope.
So they'll gladly skip the Pop-Tart Bowl, but they also ticked off and reaffirmed everyone's belief that Alabama gets preferential special treatment and has for years, but this just reinforces what we already knew. I mean, this is, look at the AP poll. Look, that's all they had to go by. They didn't have to have a committee, just go by the AP poll.
All right, so I want to hit on that.
It's pretty cut and dry.
We're up against the break. I want to hit on that when we come back. We appreciate the call. Thank you for that. Call-in line is open. It's been a lively first hour. We're still on page 1 of my notes for the show. 864-240-5480. He's Trey Falco. I'm Jeremy Greene. This is Fox Sports Upstate, 104.9 FM. Overtime brought to you by Ingles Markets.
The model year-end sale is rolling strong at Harley-Davidson in Greenville. Ride now with 0 down and no payments until 2026 on remaining 2024 models. New Road Glides starting at just $349 a month. Inventory is moving fast. Don't miss your chance to save big before these bikes are gone. Visit 30 Chrome Drive in Greenville or upstateharley.com. Harley-Davidson in Greenville, where fall freedom rides.
10 athletes will face the toughest job interview in fitness that will push past physical and mental breaking points. Only one will leave with an iFit contract worth $250,000. This is Trainer Games. Watch it on Prime Video starting January 8th.
Get your mother-loving ears on because your big-time radio DJ's got news. PayPal lets you choose how you want to pay for all the stuff. With PayPal, I can pay in-store, pay online, or pay over time. What's that? You want this translated into song? I hope you're sitting down. You can pay your own way. You keep those ears on, you hear? Don't just pay, baby. PayPal.
Learn more at paypal.com.
Hear that? That's Mike. He took ZQL Pure Z's, so now he's sleeping soundly on a Sunday night. ZQL Pure Z's are fast-acting melatonin gummies with a complementary botanical blend to help Mike get the sleep he needs to wake up refreshed and ready to conquer Monday. Let's do this Monday. ZQL Pure Z's, just for sleep. Really great sleep. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Use as directed.
Do you have a question about your home? Y'all call Wally.
Welcome to Y'all Call Wally with Waldrop Plumbing, Heating, and Air's Wally the Walrus.
Thanks, Dan.
Kind of an urgent call to start, Wally. Kyle from Malden, go ahead.
Thanks for taking my call, Wally.
That's quite a stammer you have there, Kyle. I'm proud of you for calling in anyway.
No, it's not a stammer, Wally. I'm freezing.
Oh, well, in that case, what seems to be the problem?
My furnace quit sometime last night, so I woke up shivering.
Well, lucky for you, Kyle, we prioritize our most urgent calls. If you wake up with no heat, we'll have a crew there the same day, usually within a couple of hours. You go straight to the front of the line.
I'll tell them Wally sent me.
I think they'll understand.
Join us again next time, folks, on
YallCallWally.com.
iHeartRadio is your #1 app for the holidays. Hundreds of all Christmas music stations like iHeart Christmas and playlists. Just open the app, search Holiday, and start listening now.
Need parts fast? Need them now? O'Reilly is fast. Just one part that makes O'Reilly Auto Parts stand apart. Get one free set of brake pads when you buy 2 Brake Best Select rotors. Upgrade to Brake Best Select pads for just $10 more. Or upgrade to Brake Best Select Pro or import direct pads for just $20 more. Restrictions apply. See store for details.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
It all comes down to this, folks.
Yep, the entire season is on the line.
But my throat has officially thrown in the towel. Sounds like you need Vicks VapoCool drops. They're max strength and vaporize sore throat pain.
Whoa! These VapoCool drops hit fast.
Speaking of fast, did you just see that play?
Yeah, he vaporized that ball.
That pun should have come with a penalty.
Vaporize sore throat pain with Vicks VapoCool drops. Use as directed.
#1 on your car radio preset and the new and improved iHeartRadio app. From the Ingalls studio, this is WROO-FM Malden, 104.9 Fox Sports Upstate, an iHeartRadio station. Guaranteed human. And here's what you need to know.
Monday Night Football kicking off momentarily. Omarion Hampton, Chargers running back, has been activated from IR and will be active tonight against the Eagles. Quarterback Justin Herbert is active Monday night, still battling through a busted up hand. According to Adam Schefter, Tuesday we'll see retired legend maybe making a comeback as the Colts will host former Chargers legend Philip Rivers for a tryout. Rivers is 44. He hasn't played in 5 years, but the situation in Indy is grim with quarterbacks. Daniel Jones suffered a season-ending Achilles tear. Riley Leonard came in relief and is dealing with a knee issue that leaves him week to week. Anthony Richardson is on IR with an orbital fracture. The only healthy quarterback is practice squad quarterback Brett Ripien. The Heisman Trophy finalists were announced Monday. Notre Dame running back Jeremiah Love, Indiana quarterback Fernando Mendoza, Vanderbilt quarterback Diego Pavia, and Ohio State quarterback Julian Sayin. I'm Chris Perfett.
Food for the workplace. It's a beautiful thing. It brings teams together, keeps them happy and productive. It's a great way to woo clients or celebrate wins. But if you're the one ordering all that food, it can be a lot. That's why there's Easy Cater, the easiest and most rewarding way to order food for work, with a huge variety of restaurants for any group size, plus tools to meet dietary needs and stay on budget. And with Easy Cater, you earn rewards points when you order, good for order discounts or even gift cards. For you. Go on, you've earned it. Order now at easycater.com.
Do you own a small business? A seismic shift is coming. It's time to get super sure. Coming soon.
Hear that? That's Mike. He took ZQL Ultra, so now he's sleeping soundly on a Sunday night. ZQL Ultra helps Mike fall asleep fast, stay asleep longer, and get the deeply restorative sleep he needs, so he can wake up refreshed and ready to conquer Monday.
Let's do this Monday.
ZQL Ultra. Not for colds, just for sleep. Really great sleep. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
What's up? It's Cam Jordan. I'm back with season 3 of your favorite podcast, the Off the Edge with Cam Jordan podcast. Yeah! Tap in every Wednesday to hear conversations with my friends and stars from the NFL, the sports world in general, and entertainment about everything from teams and players making waves to pop culture. And I'll take you inside my journey through my 15th season in the NFL. Looking forward to you joining me this season, the season of more, on the Off the Edge with Cam Jordan podcast. Open your free iHeart app and search Off the Edge and start listening.
What if we got rewarded for every good decision?
Dinner. Meal needs a vegetable. Check.
Amazing!
Vegetables cooked with a healthier oil instead of butter?
Fantastic! Replacing bad fats with healthier fats like those in canola or vegetable oil is good for your heart. Take up the challenge for good health because the you of the future will say, Visit heart.org/face the fats. Canola Info proudly supports the American Heart Association's Face the Fats campaign.
The games are over, so there's only one thing left to do: overreact. The NFL Draft Nerd is here to weave through the world of sports and separate fact from fiction. Get involved. The call-in line's open at 864-240-5480. You can tweet us, we don't call it X, at the NFL Draft Nerd. Now, here's that creed-loving, bird-fearing, football lunatic, Jeremy Greene.
Hour 2 here in Greenville, South Carolina. He's Trey Falco. I'm Jeremy Greene. This is Overtime, brought to you by our friends at Ingles Markets. Find them online, ingles-markets.com. Get 400 Ingles fuel points with a $75 pickup order now through the end of the year.
Can't beat that.
Anytime. You can do it anytime. And does your shopping list have you stressed? Let us do the heavy lifting at Ingles. Ingles Curbside has you taken care of. Just visit us at shop.ingles-markets.com. Choose your items. We'll bring them out to you at your scheduled time. Limited time only. Restrictions apply. Ingles-markets.com. Ingles Markets, low prices. Love the savings. You just got called Chumley in our YouTube chat. And
That's diabolical.
I'm not going to lie. It's monopolizing my brain. We have to do some cleanup from hour 1. We have a super chat in our YouTube chat.
Oh, nice. Okay.
That's from Sir Jimothy. So in my other endeavors,
right? Yeah,
I've had to get really creative that on the Rage Box you can't say the wordy nerds. So I replaced one word with falafel. We got one from Sir Jimothy that said falafel, Jerry Jones, football in general, Notre Dame, Alabama, Ohio State, and Georgia. That would be from Sir Jimothy, our resident Dallas Cowboy and Florida Gator fan.
I want me some glory hole.
I always forget he has that button. Every time I mention Jerry Jones, he hits that, and it makes me laugh.
Long cut's better.
There's a long cut?
I've been here when it was glory hole days, and I've been here when it wasn't. And so having said that, I want me some glory hole.
That's the thing you said out loud. Well,
it's an oil well.
It's an oil and gas term.
I still just maintain anybody that can go on Landman and go, don't even write the script. Let me play me.
Hey, he cooked on that, though.
He did.
He was good.
Like, I sat at the end of John Hamm's bed and just told every Dallas. I said, Dallas, I've been here. I've won championships. You know what I'm going to do right now? Whatever the hell I want to do. That's what I'm going to do because I got $1 bajillion. And that's what money buys you. The right to do whatever you want to do.
Oh, yeah.
We have a handful of text on our text line. We'll start with our buddy Armchair Commentary, the resident Canadan, David Smith. Said, hey, Mullet Man, your favorite Canadan. Just want to say that it feels like the entire format of college football has ruined what was a pretty okay system. It was never perfect, but with over 360 D1 schools, how could it be? It's made me lose some interest, to be honest. A made-up playoffs for a made-up champion. So some super rich AD with a super rich program gets even richer, and the fans are left wondering, WTF. Nothing but love from the Great White North, Dave, a.k.a. Armchair. We appreciate you, David Smith, all the wonderful things. You're going to say a lot more of David.
Okay, cool. I'm excited.
That is a bright Canadan. Maple syrup and spicy takes, and that's what we like around here.
Intended.
Eric Miller. Jeremy, this is Eric Miller. Please continue to tell me how good those Sea Chickens look. I maintain the Seattle Sea Chickens and the LA Rams are the two best teams in the NFL.
I'd agree with that.
Now, I don't think it's a huge jump to 3, but I think there is a jump.
Right.
And that kind of goes back to fair and division champions and things like that. Why is the second best team in the NFL the 5 seed? We're punishing them for playing in a better division by taking away home field advantage.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, letting no offense, the Pittsburgh Steelers play one at home.
Because they beat the Browns and the Bengals and whatever's left of the Ravens.
You got to give Aaron Rodgers something. That man's cooked.
Ayahuasca. I'll give him ayahuasca, and he can go do that in the garage.
You send him and Tomlin off on a darkness retreat.
Oh, that would then, 2 would go in, 1 would come back. Panthers fans hope for the playoffs just to get killed on the Saturday in the playoffs. Look, for Carolina, if you make the playoffs, this is a great year. This is a great year.
Oh, yeah.
You're progressing through the things. You've obviously, to me, found a number 1 wide receiver in Tedero McMillan. Try to get something out of Xavier Leggett. You want him to really step up and be that second option.
Right.
This draft sets up really nicely for Carolina. Tomorrow, noon Eastern, find it on the Sportsocracy on YouTube. We're doing a power rankings mock draft.
Oh, nice. Okay.
I'm tired of saying the same 32 teams in practically the same order. Ooh, here's power rankings in 30 seconds. There are 8 teams in the NFL that I honestly feel like bet against themselves every week. If they play each other, I'm waiting for somebody to just turn around and run the opposite direction. Like, can't stop me then. Can't stop me if I score on me. Then we have 20 other teams that in any given day can either be really good or an abject disaster. And then you have 4 teams that look like they can win a Super Bowl.
Right.
And those teams are the Rams, the Seahawks, the Patriots, and the Broncos.
Yep.
End of power rankings. I will save you all 2, 3, 4 hours tomorrow of every show that does that because what I just said is all you needed to hear.
Yeah.
And it's the same thing it was last week, and it's the same thing it'll be next week. So we're throwing a mock draft. If you're a draft person down here in the upstate of South Carolina, we'll be doing that tomorrow. Which reminds me, we have somebody on the line that I believe is a draft nerd himself. I believe it's Mr. Randy. Am I correct?
Yes, sir. How's it going?
No, living the dream, my friend. How are you?
Good. And I was gonna ask a draft-related question, of course.
I love it.
I don't have a lot of I don't have any real college football playoff take or anything. I watch a lot of college football, but I don't really follow it, if that makes sense. I watch it for the purpose of watching draft prospects play against each other specifically, but I don't really follow the storyline of the season or whatever.
I wish I could do that because it would really make me much more objective. See, because I have to watch the game in the moment because I'm wrapped up in the game in the moment. Then I have to go back and watch the tape because I stopped paying attention to that linebacker that I showed up to watch. And I got wrapped up in Gooner Stockton, who means nothing to anyone.
Yep. Yeah, that's the danger of that. But so here's my question, and it kind of relates to what was going on this weekend because you have Ohio State out there, which is arguably the best defense in the country, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it gets me thinking about a conversation we're going to have for like the next 5 months about draft value, right? And linebackers and safeties typically are thought to have low draft value. There's going to be a lot of conversation about, could Caleb Downs go top 5, top 10? Now, talent-wise, he probably should, but positional value is going to play a huge role in that. And the same for Arvell Reese, like how much edge can he play? That's going to dictate a lot of how high he could go. But you look at that Ohio State defense, right? And it's built around 3 players, 2 linebackers and a safety. They don't really have a whole lot of edge talent to speak of. If you look at just the numbers, they had 1 guy double-digit sacks, Caden Curry, with 11. Other than that, they only had 3 guys with more than 1 sack. In interceptions, they don't have like these ridiculous corners, right? Now it's not like they have just a bunch of scrubs out there. They obviously have talent, but the defense is built around the linebackers and the safety, and I just feel like they're underrated value positions, and I want to know what your take is on those positions being so undervalued in the NFL draft, because you can see guys like the one that really stands out to me was Brian Branch a few years ago, where it was like I just felt like he was a top 10 talent. I blew my mind when he went in the second round, and to see him have such an immediate impact on the Detroit defense wasn't surprising to me. And I think if you go offensively and flip over to the other side of the ball, I think tight end is that sort of position where it can have such a big impact. I think if you see a lot of times good offenses that you don't expect to be quite as good as they are, you can see that they're that way because they have tight ends that are not only good blockers, but viable pass catchers. And it's really combining a rare skill set that opens up the field in a special way. And I just don't understand why these positions can so often get driven down in draft value.
Randy, that's a great question. We appreciate your call. So to me, I'm going to answer that in 2 stages. First of all, as a former tight end, I agree with you wholeheartedly on tight ends. If you notice, over the course of the last 35 years, and actually it goes further back than that, you can go all the way back to the 49ers dynasty in the 80s, the Cowboys in the 90s, the Patriots in the 20s, in the aughts and the teens, and now Kansas City now.
Right.
You know what every one of those teams has in common? A top 20 tight end ever.
Yeah.
You know why? Because if you have a tight end that you have a great rapport with the quarterback has a blow-off valve on every play.
It's a safety blanket.
So running backs sometimes have to stay in, sometimes have to block. They don't necessarily know the nuance. They're not going to be the safety blanket on every play.
Yeah.
A tight end can. A really, really good one. And in this class, I think we got one, Kenyon Sadiq from Oregon. There are a couple others. Daquan Wright from Ole Miss. Max Clare, I like to a point, from Ohio State. And Eric Stowers from Vanderbilt.
Right.
So you got a lot of guys that I think have potential value. But, I mean, look at the best teams in the NFL right now. San Francisco's winning a lot of games. You know why?
George Kittle.
And Christian McCaffrey. The defense is not great. The quarterback's not great. The offensive line is fine. Your receivers are fine.
Right.
But you have those 2 positions. And when I am a huge fan of when the industry goes right, you go left. Now, as for the defense, specifically Ohio State, I think they're going to write books about this defense because it is, and I really saw it against Indiana. It's so multiple. It's so hybrid.
Right.
It's so good that, and it's not built in a way that really makes a whole lot of sense.
Yeah.
Because you got guys like Styles and Arvell Reese, who Randy mentioned, Caleb Downs, that's just everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
What Ryan Day does so well is he picks up talent that a lot of people go, well, he's too small, or he can't do this, or he can't do that.
Right. Kind of like
and
Andy Reid.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like Bill Belichick did for so long.
Right.
And you find a way to use this hyper-talented player in a way that a lot of other people wouldn't think to do so.
Yep.
It's a really smart call from Randy. We appreciate that. We have a handful more texts to get to. Colton said, he was talking about his Commanders.
Mm-hmm.
He said, I know that this team is not talented, but good coaches make chicken salad out of chicken excrement. This team has been serving up chicken excrement sandwiches all year, and this week was the piece de resistance. And he's talking about losing 31-0 to 9. I did. I think I figured out why J.J. McCarthy calls himself that.
Because
9 is 0 in German. How many games that I will look like a high-end quarterback?
Right.
9, 0.
Thought it was
None.
Jersey.
It was a joke.
Oh, okay.
9.
Yeah.
9.
Yeah.
9.
9.
One means no or
9.
0. Or,
Yeah.
J.J. McCarthy's terrible. That was the gist of that. He said, just embarrassing. Go buy a new defense in the offseason like your Texas Tech. We appreciate you, Colton. Hunter Bruce said, Notre Dame has no one to blame but themselves. I agree with you wholeheartedly. They're an independent with more choices when it comes to their schedule. Put more top schools on the schedule and win those games. I said this earlier. It's one of my favorite analogies I've ever made in my life.
Yeah.
There are a lot of ways to date in this world.
Mm-hmm.
You can use the apps. You can try to meet people at the grocery store. Only one grocery store.
Yeah.
Ingles Market's low prices, love the savings.
Yeah. Ingles for singles.
I've never heard that, and now I'm never going to unhear that, and I love it a lot. And so if you see that at your local Ingles, just know that was a brainchild of us, and you're welcome. You can do it. There's a lot of ways to do it.
Yeah.
The way that doesn't make a whole lot of sense is you find somebody that's married and you go, you know what? I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
I don't want to be tied down. Not worried that you're married. Don't even need you to leave your wife. That's what Notre Dame did with the ACC. And then they got really upset when the wife and they were up for the same promotion and the husband promoted the wife. And what I said earlier is if you're dating someone married, you're not really allowed to get mad when you don't get flowers or a big dinner on Valentine's Day.
Right.
Because they're with, the one they're committed to.
Yeah.
See, but you have to commit to, and they don't want to do that. They want the ACC to commit. Oh, yeah, we want you to be all in on us. We are your greatest partner. I would argue you're not in the top 100. I think Diet Right is a better partner of the ACC than Notre Dame is. But you keep it's free to say stuff. And the AD at Notre Dame, he went on the Dan Patrick Show right here on this station, Fox Sports Upstate 104.9, earlier today, and he said a lot of stuff. And a few words of it made sense. Specifically, a lot of ises and thes. It was every verb, noun, and adjective he said that didn't really make a whole lot of sense. Nathaniel McWirt, I think college football did the best with the rules they gave, but the rules are dumb. To ask a serious question, if Texas Tech had lost to BYU 31-7, would Texas Tech still be in BYU spot now? Yes. If BYU had beaten Texas Tech 31-7, Texas Tech would have made it. BYU would have, and I don't know what happened from there. Then I believe Miami and Notre Dame would have been out. See, because I'm glad this came up because I wanted to I think it was Roger at the end of the last hour.
Yes, yeah.
I wanted to touch on what he said about Alabama and the bias. And
right.
The thing about Alabama is and I'm not saying there's not a bias because there definitely is.
There is, yeah.
But what they buy themselves is you get a lot of blips. They played the 6th toughest schedule in the country. Notre Dame was at 44, Miami was at 45.
Yeah.
BYU was in the late 20s somewhere, I think. It was in either in the late 20s or early 30s. I can't remember which one. So when all of these are in the middle 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, and I'm at 6, I bought myself a lot of blips.
Yeah.
Especially when those blips were against 3 teams that made the playoffs. Now, 2 teams made the playoffs. Oklahoma and Georgia.
Yeah.
You did have the blip against Florida State as well. But you did schedule up. So who do I reward more? Do I reward Notre Dame for scheduling Purdue or Florida State or Alabama for scheduling Florida State?
Right.
Florida State wound up not being any good. But in that one game, they would have beaten a lot of teams in the country because you didn't know what they were coming out with.
Yes.
They came out and ran it 50-some-odd times in that game. I'm a booster of the school. I didn't see that coming. How in the world are they supposed to see it coming?
Right.
This is an offense that was run at another school a year ago, and it did not look like that. And I think the committee basically said, we're not going to punish Alabama for losing in a game they earned the right to be in.
Mm-hmm.
And we care less about the loss to Florida State than we do the fact that you played a big boy schedule. Because even with Florida State being a 5-7 mediocre ACC team, you still played the 6th schedule in the country. That matters. And I'll be honest with you, that was what I walked into yesterday. That's what I was worried about. I was worried that there's no way, because I didn't look at Notre Dame. And I'm still mad at myself about this. I didn't look at Notre Dame because Notre Dame didn't play.
Right.
And so I'm thinking one of the moving pieces has to move, and the NCAA did something that I have to admit I applaud them for. I think it's dumb that we put these rankings out every week because all you're doing is painting yourself in a corner.
Yep.
And to that point, if Notre Dame had been behind Miami going into this week, does anybody have any right to complain about anything? Nope. Had you not told us a week ago that you liked Notre Dame better than Miami, it would have been silence.
Yep.
Because Miami beat Notre Dame, the resumes are similar. Nobody can say anything. But because you told us that you liked Notre Dame over them, now you've opened the door.
It's expectations. Yeah.
Just stop doing it. And he was talking about the AP poll. Okay, and now I'm going to give a little inside baseball. I know two people that vote in the AP. One of them is absolutely brilliant, sees football in a great way. I've had some wonderful conversations over the years. The other one has said no less than 10 things to me over the last 5 years that I put my hand to the side of my face to see if something had ruptured in my brain from an aneurysm that I had just gained from what was said by this particular person. The AP poll scares me to death, and so does the coaches poll. I'll give you a story about the coaches poll. In the last one, before where we're at now, the one going into conference championship weekend, North Dakota State got votes in the coaches poll. You know what's wrong with that? They're not eligible to be in the poll. They're an FCS team. You can't vote for them. But somebody did, which is insane. I can't. I want a formula where I take out the human element. The human element is not something I ever like. Right. I don't want it for balls and strikes in baseball. I don't want it for missed calls in football. Mm-hmm. I don't want it for blown calls in basketball. If there is a way to get it right, whether it's analytically, strategically, whatever the case may be, I want it right. And in college football, I think there is a way to get this right moving forward. And after the break, I'm going to tell you what that is. He's Trey Falco. I'm Jeremy Greene. This is 104.9 FM, Fox Sports Upstate. Overtime brought to you by Ingles Markets.
I'm Stephen Curry, and this is Gentleman's Cut. I think what makes Gentleman's Cut different is me being a part of, developing the profile of this beautiful finished product. With every sip, you get a little something different.
Visit gentlemanscutbourbon.com or your nearest Total Wines or Bevmo. This message is intended for audiences 21 and older. Gentleman's Cut Bourbon, Boone County, Kentucky. For more on Gentleman's Cut Bourbon, please visit gentlemanscutbourbon.com. Please enjoy responsibly.
Having insurance isn't the same as having State Farm. It's like wanting a psychic that helps you, but getting one that just ruins surprises.
I see the season finale. Steve's the killer.
Well, that's ruined.
Don't settle for just any insurance. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Hey, Upstate South Carolina, the Blood Connection needs you. Your donation can save up to 3 local lives, and you'll earn awesome rewards while giving back. It's quick, easy, and you'll make a huge impact to your neighbors right here at home. Visit thebloodconnection.org to find a donation center near you today.
10 athletes will face the toughest job interview in fitness that will push past physical and mental breaking points. You are the fittest of the fit. Only one of you will leave here with an iFit contract for $250,000.
This is when mindset comes in.
Someone will be eliminated.
Pressure is coming down.
This is Trainer Games.
Watch it on Prime Video starting January 8th. The world's best ski racers hit Beaver Creek for the Steeple Birds of Prey December 4th through 7th. Watch Olympic champions and your favorite Steeple U.S. ski team athletes race for glory in a 2026 Olympic spot. Catch NBC and CNBC coverage December 7th and 8th. The world needs Sesame Street. And right now, Sesame needs you. Donate today at sesame.org/iHeart. That's SESAME.org/iHeart.
Elmo loves you. Thanks for making a difference.
Looking for a Harley that fits your budget? At Harley-Davidson in Greenville, used bikes start at just $59.90 with payments as low as $60 a month. Whether you're a first-time rider or adding to your collection, we've got the largest pre-owned inventory in the upstate. Come find your perfect ride at 30 Chrome Drive in Greenville or check us out online at upstateharley.com. Harley-Davidson in Greenville, your Harley is waiting. Let's ride.
iHeartRadio Earth is here with some cool tips for an efficient refrigerator. First, set your fridge between 35 to 38 degrees Fahrenheit to keep food fresh. Second, let leftovers cool on the counter before storing them in the fridge. Lastly, keep the door closed to maintain a cool environment. Brought to you by iHeartRadio Earth and the National Environmental Education Foundation. For more smart, sustainable living tips or to take action in your own community, visit iHeartRadio.com/.
Trey Falco. Trey, do you have a Twitter?
I do. Yinzer Polly.
I've never been able to ask you this question. Why does John call you Polly Walnuts?
You want so like the bridged version is.
So I know it's from The Sopranos. That's one of my favorite shows of all time.
No, I don't have the wings, not yet. But so one day we're sitting there and we're doing on a sister station ESC. We're doing the Tiger. Or not, it was the Ingles Tailgate Show, Tiger Tailgate Shows Network, and he said something. And this is according to him. I just started laughing, and apparently all he heard was it was identical. And he goes, "Was that you?" And I was like, "Yeah." And ever since then, it's been Paulie.
He called you that. So I listened to John as well.
Yeah.
He called you that a handful of times, and I couldn't. I was trying to put my finger on what is it about him that reminds you of that particular
good
character.
Looks. That's what it is.
Sure. We have a
I'd take
text.
Paulie over Chumley.
Oh, yeah. Of the two, that's definitely a way bigger compliment. I did forewarn Trey coming into the show that I may have piddled in some cornflakes, specifically of Penn State fans and Ole Miss fans over the last 7 days.
Yeah.
So some of the digital communication would maybe not be as nice as it's been the first month of us doing this show.
That's fine. I can handle it.
You get a little insight into what my Twitter DMs look like. It's a lot of people telling me to do things that are anatomically and physically impossible. Text line is open. Oh, and I lost the number. It's there. It went into the abyss. You have to click the right number. Stupid. There it is. 864-777-9593. That is our text line. A great way to get into the show. You can also call 864-240-5480. And it appears that someone has done that very quickly. Caller, who's this?
Nobody.
Well, they did it, and then they undid it. Let's try it again. They both undid it.
They did, yes.
Whoever did it and then undid it, did it again.
Yeah.
864-240-5480. That's our call-in line here in the Ingles Studios on Fox Sports Upstate. Text line again, 864-777-9593. Randy on the text line asked a question about the Kansas City Chiefs. Are the Chiefs' struggles a serious negative for Andy Reid? To the Commanders fans' point, that would be Colton, good coaches make chicken salad. Kansas City's chicken salad hasn't been good. You're not wrong, Randy. The Kansas City Chiefs in the year of 2025 are D-E-D. That team's dead.
Yeah.
You're 6-7. Please don't do that stupid arm motion.
Not me.
I don't know what it means. I saw you do it. You waited for me to avert my eyes, and then you did it. I don't know what that means, and it makes me angry. See, I'm that old man.
It's not supposed to have a meaning, I don't think.
That makes me angry. If I ask you what something means, and you go, well, you wouldn't get it, then why did you say it to
but
me?
How old are you?
I'm 38.
38. So I'm a little bit young. I'm 32. But when we were younger, when we were kids, we had stupid stuff that we did all the time. You wouldn't get it.
We did the DX thing. Nobody in the history of time went,
Yeah.
hey, what does that mean? I believe you probably know. I think you
Context clues.
You know
Yeah.
what? You know what, Daryl? You use your imagination. I'll bet you figure it out. To Kansas City, though, that team's just not good.
Yeah.
Like if you took the logo off the helmet, you took the mystique, and you put Chris Collinsworth in a box and you didn't listen to him, I will never get over Pat Mahomes having 6 passing yards. C.J. Stroud has 160, and somehow a C.J. Stroud touchdown turned into, well, Pat Mahomes is going to do it again.
Hey, he's taking that one to heart. He's got a couple of those in the tank.
Hey, Chris, but he didn't know.
Yeah.
He might have taken it to heart, but then there's this problem that his team is really not good.
Yeah.
I think we should, until the Chiefs get it back together, I think we need to put Chris Collinsworth in a box.
Please.
And just,
please,
you go over there.
You put Romo in there with him.
I'm fine with that. Kansas City is at a point that they have a build that just doesn't work. They've done basically the same thing the Miami Dolphins did. I compared it to the Golden State Warriors. They thought that they were just going to be speed merchants.
Right.
So you wind up with Xavier Worthy and Hollywood Brown, Tyquan Thornton.
Rashee Rice.
Rashee Rice is fast, but he actually is a good football player. That 1 out of 4. 1 out of 4 ain't bad.
Yeah.
It's not good either, though. And so now you got all these receivers. Nobody can run a route.
Yeah.
Rashee can, which is why he's getting inundated with targets.
Yeah.
Travis Kelce, I think at this point, I would outrun him in the 40 because he's old.
Yeah.
He's gotten old.
At least last year, I noticed with Travis Kelce, like he was the fastest slow guy I'd ever seen because he found these weird soft spots in the zone. And I'd look at it and go, how the hell is he open?
Nuance.
Yeah.
He was a nuanced route runner. I am fully of the belief that Taylor Swift is powered by just feeding off his happiness. And I think he's almost out. And I'm afraid when she gets all of his happiness, he's just going to turn into salt and blow away in the wind. Because currently he's aging at a rate that Cabbage would be jealous of.
Oh, yeah, he's dehydrated. Yeah.
I don't know that I've ever seen anything like it. In 9 weeks, he went from, nice nuanced tight end to what would you say that was?
Right.
And it happened quickly, week over week. We have a caller on the call-in line. Caller, who is this? Caller, who is this? That's 3.
All right, then.
That's 3.
3 for 3.
Wait, the next one, is it me?
Could be.
Did you call?
You've already proven in the chat that there's something going on. So
it does happen. Caller's back. Caller, who is this?
This is Chris from Cincinnati.
Hey, Chris. Oh, turn your radio down for me because they're going to hear me.
What's that now?
I said, turn your radio down for me. They're going to hear me.
Alrighty.
What can we do for you tonight, Chris?
Oh, am I already on the air?
Yes,
right
sir.
now?
You are. It works just like that. Sometimes.
My goodness. Okay. Well, I apologize because I've already texted you this nonsense. But with Trey now out for the season here in Cincinnati, along with Burton out on his ass, I'm not sure if I'm allowed to say that or not.
You're good. You're fine. That word's good.
Now,
yeah.
With him being gone now, is this enough to get Zach out the door?
That's a good question. With practically any other team, I would say yes. Cincinnati is notoriously cheap or loyal. It depends on which way you want to look at that. I mean, I think I've always been of the belief it's cheap. That's the only team in the NFL that sells the merchandise that the NFL gives them.
You have to walk across the players have to walk across the street to get what?
It's a notoriously cheap franchise.
I'll see if they would have learned to just come up to Butler County where I am like they were supposed to 10 years ago, then they would not have to do so. But I digress.
If I were a betting man, I've thought this entire time that you're going to get less open coaching jobs. Mike McDaniel will return in Miami.
Yeah.
I think he's bought himself that much. Aaron Glenn probably returns to the Jets. There will be a weird one. I'm not quite sure who it is. I think Kevin Stefanski is I could go either way on that. I think he probably should be fired, especially after attempting to run the worst pitchy woo-woo in the history of two-point conversions yesterday with Quinshon Judkins.
Just awful.
The Tennessee Titans already have an opening. The Raiders, it's debatable. I don't think you can fire Pete Carroll after a year.
Yeah.
Even if his offensive coordinator hire was arguably the worst hire in NFL history. The Giants are already open.
Mm-hmm.
Arizona might, but I highly, highly doubt it. So, I mean, you're looking at, 4 openings?
Something like that, yeah.
If there is somebody they're in love with that they think they can get, then possibly. But it's going to have to be somebody they're in love with.
Who even moves the needle for the Blackburns?
Joe Brady. Joe Brady.
Yeah.
If I can reunite Joe Brady and Joe Burrow, I will do that right now. Who's his defensive coordinator?
I would too.
I don't have a good answer to that. Because
Leslie
Leslie Frazier?
Who knows? Yeah.
It could be Leslie Frazier.
Beat us.
I would say, and that's one thing about coaching. Coaching is a little bit different than players. Not necessarily because you can't get in trouble for it, but you have to be so unabashed about chasing a guy to get in trouble with the league for that. I would say those conversations are already happening.
Yeah.
I would say they know if there was a rumor that Joe Brady was going to get Penn State. I never really thought he was going to go back to college. If Brady's not number one on the list with the Giants is the one that I keep looking at, going, I think with Jackson Dart that might be intriguing to them solely because Jackson Dart does have a Josh Allen light kind of thing to him.
Sure.
I still think he'd prefer Burrow. I would say if they fire him, it'll be to pursue Joe Burrow or to pursue Joe Brady to pair him with Joe Burrow. I'll say 70-30 he gets fired.
So you don't think Lou Anarumo is headed to the Giants? I mean, he's a local guy to New York, that sort of thing. Is there any sort of justification that way?
The thing with the Giants is that their searches never go the way you think they will. The Mara family, I worked with the Jets. I never worked directly with the Giants. So I know the Jets better than I know the Giants. I don't know who it is they listen to. But if you watch a Giants coaching search, look at the first 8 people on every hot board that writers or analysts put out there. They never hire one of those guys. Anarumo makes more sense than probably any name I've heard yet. Bill Belichick made a lot, but Lou Anarumo is right up there with that. And I won't be shocked if they don't even ask for permission to talk to him. Wouldn't shock me in the least, just because that's what they do. They are a weird team. Chris, we appreciate your call on your Cincinnati Bengals. And I would say there's probably a 70-30 that Zach Taylor is not the head coach of the Cincinnati Bengals 1 year from now.
Probably for the best.
Trey, something we do on the show every week. We're quite good at it. We got to pick that dog.
All right, let's do it.
Right now, we got to take a commercial break.
All right.
Pay some bills, do all those things. It's Fox Sports Upstate, 104.9 FM, brought to you by Ingles Markets. Low prices, love the savings. When we come back, we going to pick that dog.
Do you have a question about your home? Y'all call Wally.
Welcome to Y'all Call Wally with Waldrop Plumbing, Heating, and Air's Wally the Walrus.
Thanks, Dan.
Kind of an urgent call to start, Wally. Kyle from Malden, go ahead.
Thanks for taking my call, Wally.
That's quite a stammer you have there, Kyle. I'm proud of you for calling in anyway.
No, it's not a stammer, Wally. I'm freezing.
Oh, well, in that case, what seems to be the problem?
My furnace quit sometime last night, so I woke up shivering.
Well, lucky for you, Kyle, we prioritize our most urgent calls. If you wake up with no heat, we'll have a crew there the same day, usually within a couple of hours. You go straight to the front of the line.
I'll tell them Wally sent me.
I think they'll understand.
Join us again next time, folks, on
YallCallWally.com.
Do you own a small business? A seismic shift is coming. It's time to get super sure.
Hi, it's Matt from Call Dad, and I wanted to say a great big thanks for making Call Dad the fastest growing air repair company in the Carolinas. And since it is the holiday season for giving and rejoicing and having fun with family and friends, not to mention Mom's amazing sweet potato casserole, I'm sharing the gift of laughter. So, what did Rudolph say before telling his joke? This one's gonna slay you.
Maddie, tell my joke.
Okay, Mom. Here's Mom's joke. What's Santa's favorite music?
Rap music.
Good one, Mom. And remember, if you need anything from us this holiday season, any day, any night, any time, we're on the way, because that's what Dad would say.
All you gotta do is call dad.com. License number 116276.
I'm Stephen Curry, and this is Gentleman's Cut. I think what makes Gentleman's Cut different is me being a part of, developing the profile of this beautiful finished product. With every sip, you get a little something different.
Visit gentleman'scutbourbon.com or your nearest Total Wines or Bevmo. This message is intended for audiences 21 and older. Gentleman's Cut Bourbon, Boone County, Kentucky. For more on Gentleman's Cut Bourbon, please visit gentleman'scutbourbon.com. Please enjoy responsibly.
Kix Layton here with my good friend Dewey, Dewey's Pawn Shop at 5900 Augusta Road. So everybody knows that Dewey's buys, sells, and trades guns, gold, and diamonds. Tell us about your staff. You're a first-time hunter or a gun buyer. They come in. They take care of them.
If it's the first time you've ever bought a gun or if you've bought many, our guys will try their best to help you out and get you exactly what you want. If we have to order it for you or if we have to do some custom work for you, we'll get it done for you.
So with over 35 years buying and selling guns, gold, and diamonds, you've been lending people money as well. How does that work?
A lot of times people don't want to sell their firearm, if it's something that their grandpa gave them or something, but they need some quick cash and everything. We'll do a loan. We do cash loans on guns, gold, and diamonds and, a lot of other things. But you don't have to come in and trade your gun for something else. People will come in and pawn their old gun to buy a new gun, and then they'll come back and get their gun out of pawn later on.
Remember, Dewey's buys, sells, and trades guns, gold, and diamonds. Located at 5900 Augusta Road, Greenville, or online at deweyspawn.com.
100 million people really love this guy?
That's called leadership.
Really? 200 million?
Aggressive leadership.
Really? Infinite number of people love this guy.
It's okay, don't be mad.
He's Colin Cowherd.
Colin Cowherd. Colin says it all the time.
And his name is said at least 4 times an hour in Straight Outta Vegas.
Colin.
Are you kidding me?
Join the billions of people that listen to The Herd right here. Weekdays at noon on 104.9 Fox Sports Upstate.
It's an ironic song for this week.
Your analogy?
That sounds like what Notre Dame's AD was saying about the ACC. Why did they not support us? Well, because you're not in the conference.
Right.
Miami is. You're not. You're imitation in the conference.
Yeah.
Trey Falco, it's time. It's the best part of the week.
It is,
on this here program.
I look forward to it.
It's time to pick that dog.
All right.
Last week, we picked 4 games in college, 4 games in the NFL, 3-1 in both. Combined,
okay,
we are 24-7 in 5 weeks of picking that dog. We don't have any college games this week.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
So we're all NFL.
All right.
First one, Atlanta Falcons plus 4.5 Thursday night at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
I'll pick that dog all day.
I want to so bad.
Do it.
But I can't.
What?
Because I can't trust Kirk Cousins.
That's fair.
Kirk Cousins in primetime.
Yeah, that's fair.
Kirk O'Chains, especially the hollowed out shell that is whatever we're getting right now.
Yeah.
I can't trust that. Look, Tampa Bay's not good.
No, they're not.
That team's not good.
No.
I firmly believe Carolina's going to beat them once.
Yeah, yeah.
And whoever slips up in the other 2 games. Somebody's going to slip up in one of those 2. The Panthers and the Bucs are going to split, and whoever slips up is the one that's going to miss the playoffs.
Yep.
Personally, I really hope it's Tampa Bay because I love anything that allows me to pick on Baker Mayfield. One of the only people in the NFL that has me blocked on Twitter. I can't pick that dog.
Okay.
But I understand why you can because I really want to. Cincinnati Bengals plus 2.5 against the Baltimore Ravens in Cincinnati.
I'm going to pick that dog.
I think you should.
Good.
I think you should because the Ravens look awful.
Yeah.
They destroyed them on Thanksgiving night in Baltimore.
Yep.
I don't think Baltimore's that team, kind of like Kansas City, that we keep thinking they're going to turn that corner, and I don't believe they are.
Right.
So I don't think they have a corner to turn.
It's because we look at what they've done, but what are you doing right now?
You trust them so much because they have been so good for so long.
Yep.
The problem is they're not that team right now. And I don't think they're going to be. Now, next year, I won't be shocked if it's Kansas City and Baltimore in the AFC Championship game.
Right.
It's not going to be this year. I will pick that dog. I'll take Cincinnati plus 2.5. I think they win outright. Buffalo Bills plus 1.5 at the New England Patriots coming off a bye. That one's tough.
I'm not going to pick that dog.
I didn't either because they're coming off a bye.
Yeah.
If this had just been everything's the same,
right.
You didn't just have the snow game in Buffalo, I probably would have. Because Buffalo needs this game way more than New England does.
Yeah, they do.
But I can't do it. A Mike Vrabel coach team coming off a bye that's this good.
Yep.
I don't think you're losing that game at home. Green Bay Packers plus the 2.5 at the Denver Broncos.
I just don't trust Jordan Love. I'm not going to pick that dog. I'm going to take Denver.
I don't trust Jordan Love against good defenses.
Yeah.
I don't know if this is just bettor's intuition. I don't know what it is. I want to bet my ability to have fun for the rest of my life on Green Bay to shellac the Denver Broncos.
Really?
I don't know what it is about that game. I saw it early, and I thought that number's going to change because that doesn't feel right. And over the course of 24 hours, it hasn't changed. And the more I've thought about it, and the more I thought about it, and the more I thought about it, I'm really in on Green Bay.
Okay.
I think the NFC is that much better than the AFC.
Yeah.
And this is one of those times that you're going to see it. I will pick that dog. Green Bay plus the 2.5. Last one, then we've got a caller, and we'll have to take a quick commercial break before we come back to close out our little 2-hour program.
Yeah.
Detroit Lions plus the 5.5 at the Los Angeles Rams.
I'm going to pick that dog.
I think you should. Because that one makes no sense whatsoever.
Right.
Matthew Stafford against his old team in his home. They have cooked everybody with those wide receivers.
Yep.
And Detroit does not have anybody to hold up against them. But for some reason, I have this burning feeling that's a field goal game and somebody kicks it on the way out. I can't tell you Detroit wins, but I am going to pick that dog. Plus
Doesn't matter if you have one ass cheek and 3 toes. I will beat your ass.
Dan Gamble, he is a national treasure.
He is.
Just never change. We have a caller on line 1, Trey Falco. Who is this? Caller, who is this? Right. I think there might be something wrong with that pot.
Could be.
That may be on us. We did break it the first night I was here, and it had to be repaired. So maybe we did it again. Who knows? He's Trey Falco. I'm Jeremy Greene. This is The Overtime, brought to you by Ingles Markets. Find them online at ingles-markets.com. This is Fox Sports Upstate, 104.9 FM. We got one segment left. We're going to come back. We're going to tie it all together. Call-in line still open. So if you want to get your thoughts in, you can do that via the call-in line. That number is 864-240-5480 or the text line 864-777-9593. This is Fox Sports Upstate.
Honey, that flu keeping you up? Did you take NyQuil Intense Flu?
Nah, I got this. Okay, I don't got this.
Yeah, you need NyQuil Intense Flu.
Undo your flu with NyQuil Intense Flu. NyQuil Intense Flu provides powerful relief of your flu symptoms so you can sleep.
You do got this.
NyQuil Intense Flu. The nighttime sniffling, aching fever, best sleep with the flu, medicine. Use as directed, keep out of reach of children.
Hey, Greenville! Open enrollment for Marketplace Health Insurance is happening now. Discover what your local South Carolina Blue Team can do for you. Located in Magnolia Park on Woodruff Road next to Cheddar's, Casey and his team of licensed health insurance advisors are ready to help you find a Blue Cross Blue Shield of South Carolina plan that can fit your budget and needs. Meet in person or over the phone. Visit the SC Blue Team at Magnolia Park or betterwithbluesc.com. That's betterwithbluesc.com.
10 athletes will face the toughest job interview in fitness that will push past physical and mental breaking points. You are the fittest of the fit. Only one of you will leave here with an iFit contract for $250,000.
This is when mindset comes in.
Someone will be eliminated.
Pressure is coming down.
This is Trainer Games.
Watch it on Prime Video starting January 8th.
Since 1934, FJ has been the backbone of Clemson athletics, uniting all Tigers in support of our student athletes, from scholarships that pave the way for success to state-of-the-art facilities that fuel competition. Your contribution helps build a brighter future for Clemson student athletes, both in competition and beyond. Whether you're in Clemson or miles away, you can be part of the Clemson family. Join the FJ team that's been thriving for over 90 years. Call 1-800-CLEMSON or visit ClemsonTigers.com/FJ to join now.
Hear that? That's Mike. He took ZQL Ultra, so now he's sleeping soundly on a Sunday night. ZQL Ultra helps Mike fall asleep fast, stay asleep longer, and get the deeply restorative sleep he needs, so he can wake up refreshed and ready to conquer Monday.
Let's do this Monday.
ZQL Ultra. Not for colds, just for sleep. Really great sleep. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
For contesting on the station, go to 1049foxsports.com/rules.
More than 1 million wild animals are killed each year illegally. Poaching is a major threat to our country's wildlife. I'm Tom Barry. I'm an actor with a desire to preserve living space for wildlife. The Humane Society Wildlife Land Trust does just that. Works with private landowners to protect wildlife, to preserve natural habitats. To learn more or to work with the Humane Society Wildlife Land Trust, call 800-729-SAVE. That's 800-729-SAVE, or visit Wildlife Land Trust.
Hey, I've teased this the entire show, and now we've come to the end.
We're here,
and I have to pay it off.
Okay.
Fixing the college football playoff is not hard. It's really not. All you have to do is stop pandering. The Sun Belt doesn't matter. The AAC doesn't matter. You tell them, if you want to be involved in this, you're going to play by our rules, because we have to stop messing this up.
Right.
I did some soft math based off what I know of how commercials are sold and the rate they're sold at.
Okay.
What would you estimate JMU and Tulane has cost college football?
Cost?
Mm-hmm.
Like just because they're paperweights?
Because we
Deadweight?
know,
Yeah.
A, you don't bring a big enough media audience. B, we know this game's going to be a blowout.
God, I don't even. 400 million.
It's not that much.
Okay.
I would put it somewhere in the high 70s.
Oh, okay. Wow.
$70 million is a lot.
It is. It is.
There's a lot of money to lose out because you don't have blue bloods.
Right.
Notre Dame would have brought that. BYU would have brought a pretty big amount of that.
Yeah.
BYU's more popular than people think. All you have to do is tell teams, we'll give you the opening, but you have to earn it. You have to earn it by being in the top 12. We're not letting in number 25. Yes, Sun Belt, if you have a team, I'll even go as far as the top 15. If you have a team that wins your conference, that deserves to be in the top 15, we'll let them in. And that's at 12. If we go to 16, go to the top 20. We'll let that team in. We're not rewarding mediocrity anymore. Now, caller earlier called and said, we've completely obliterated the conference championship games. I agree with you. So why still play them? Why still play them? I'm glad you said that. Which one sells better? I bought tickets to the SEC championship game. I don't like being in media row. I'm not working it. I don't want to be up that high. I don't like that angle. I want to be behind an end zone because that's how I like to watch football.
Sure, that's fair.
I bought tickets to that game 6 weeks ago. I didn't know who would be in it. There was no commitment to that. The hotel rooms were blocked off through the SEC, not through the school, because we didn't know who was going to play in it until the Saturday before?
Something like that, yeah.
Why did we have Alabama and Georgia in that game? Why didn't we play Texas and Notre Dame? Oh, but it's the SEC. Right. Who cares? Alabama was in. We all knew it. Why play that game if you know they're in? Oh, but what about the scheduling? You're telling me you can't figure out a schedule in a week? That's funny. Right. Because in the playoff, you figure it out in 10 days.
Mm-hmm.
We play the first round on December the 19th. Yeah. The second round's on December the 31st. That's 12 days. You cannot tell me that for a smaller game, you can't figure that out in 7 days. I don't believe you.
Right.
So take that last 8 teams and have the Dr. Pepper play-in game instead of the Dr. Pepper Big 12 championship.
Yeah. Kind of like you do like March Madness. They play in, you have the little tournament.
Sure.
Yeah.
And it's not necessarily even a play-in. It's one last resume builder.
Okay.
If Texas beats Alabama, you didn't earn the right to play here. You didn't get here because you're number 2 in your conference.
Right.
You got here because you're right on the precipice, but you need one more resume builder to show us who's who. Now, they would ultimately serve to be play-in games.
Yeah.
You'd have had Vanderbilt and Oklahoma. You would have had Alabama, and I'm doing this off the top of my head, and Virginia. If you do that, there's no argument today. BYU would have played probably Notre Dame, somebody in that ilk.
Yeah.
And if you win, I have no reason to hold you out. If you lose, I have every reason to hold you out.
Right.
People are stuck on conference championship. The conference championship in the SEC just means more than the Big 12. You walk in the SEC championship game, and there's signage everywhere. It just means more. And it does. It just means more in the SEC. It just means more in the Big 10. But why am I punishing Ohio State and Indiana, making them play a game against the best 2 teams in the country when you earned the right to be here? It didn't do anything for you.
Right.
I said I wouldn't have played Fernando Mendoza or Julian Sayin. What are you going to do about it? I'm clearly the best team in the country. So what are you going to do? Leave me out? I bet you don't.
No.
It's stupid. Conference championship games made a lot of sense when we had 4 spots.
Right.
They make no sense at 12. None. Just take them away. Call them something different. That's all you got to do. Call them something different. And I look at Notre Dame the same way. Notre Dame wants to claim that they're a member of the ACC. Call them what they are. A weak franchise that wants to game the system. We don't share our share of the pot.
Right.
Because we don't need the ACC. We had that NBC deal for all those years. We have more money than you can shake a stick at.
Yep.
That's what they're telling you. That's why they're not in a conference. BYU was an independent too. You know what they learned? And it's a lot easier in a conference. They got burned too. They didn't play anybody, just like Notre Dame didn't. And if they had beaten Texas Tech, they would have been in. Notre Dame was at the mercy of everyone else. One final text on the text line from Sir Jimothy, who said, I never wish for physical injury, but I do wish that Jalen Hurts walks in on Jerry Jones and a family member of his. That is not a nice way to say that, but
I've been thinking about it a lot in the shower.
Forgot about that one too. That's a perfect way to end overtime this week. We'll be back next Monday. He's Trey Falco. I'm Jeremy Greene. We're here 7 p.m. every weekday. Overtime brought to you by Ingles Markets on Fox Sports Upstate, 104.9 FM.
The world's best male ski racers are racing in the United States in December. The Stiefel Birds of Prey hits Beaver Creek, Colorado, December 4th through 7th. Watch Olympic champions, World Cup winners, and your favorite Stiefel U.S. ski team athletes tackle one of the toughest courses on the planet. Racing for glory and the chance to secure their place in the 2026 Olympics. Don't miss the NBC and CNBC coverage, December 7th and 8th.
If you love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card that's perfect for you. With the Capital One Venture X card, you earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy. Plus, you get premium benefits at a collection of luxury hotels when you book on Capital One Travel. And with Venture X, you get access to over 1,000 airport lounges worldwide. Open up a world of travel possibilities with the Capital One Venture X card. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. Lounge access is subject to change. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Number 1 on your car radio preset and the new and improved iHeartRadio app. From the Ingalls studio, this is WROO-FM Malden, 104.9 Fox Sports Upstate, an iHeartRadio station. Guaranteed human.